Any avenue of competition unexplored. So if somebody were to draw a graph of Lloyd's achievements, perhaps the hands will get tired very soon. And I wish the graph grows larger and the hands that draw the graph continue to be tireless. Right? I am so happy about it. I am extremely happy. And let me thank from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of the young students and the faculty who assembled here, whom I can say have stolen my heart by being present here. I mean, to be sitting and hearing about somebody's achievements sounds, of course, very interesting. Because you would like to know more about somebody who's everybody praising up the skies. But not that I suppose you are here because the directors wanted you to be here, but you wanted to be part of our story of how you achieve in life. I would be failing in my expression of happiness and about the wonderful words Manohar Thairani spoke. I know he want to probably say more and more, and I could see a lot of joy in his eyes, and everyone whom I have interacted in Lloyd's, I find share the same kind of abundance of happiness and joy about what has happened to me, as if it is something that happened to them personally. So I don't think I can, by words, in a short period of time here, express all that gratitude which I would like to express. I hope sooner or later, in some indelible form, which may remain forever, I will be able to express my gratitude to all of them. And in a way, I must say that Lloyd's Law School has played a great role in my being able to express in myself in many ways, and more than one way, of getting across a wide spectrum of people, institutions, events, and sharing, occasions of sharing. So I think probably Lloyd's played a great role in my appointment to the Attorney General today. And how many else, who else would have played, I have no idea, but I'm sure Lloyd's played a great role. And I don't propose to talk about myself. Journey of life for every one of us has very precious moments. As you grow old and recount what all you have done in life, provided you do it with commitment and sincerity and with a passion, then you recount it with a certain amount of gratitude to all the invisible forces of the universe which has enabled you to do all that. So my list is very long, but as I always used to say in any event, public function, well, my great Guru, Professor Madhava Menon, made it all for me. Sometimes in every one of our lives, things happen in a way which you would have never anticipated, which you would have never probably designed your way. So it so happened, and when a brief set of anecdotes, and so it so happened that Madras Law College, where I wanted to get my admission, declined my admission, and I was told that the Pondicherry Law College, which started just a couple of years ago in 1973, 72, the admissions are still on. So So I rushed from Madras to Pondicherry. I come from Pondicherry. I rushed to Pondicherry, wrote the entrance examination for this very absolutely unknown government law college, not one of the premier institutions. No understanding as to what you are going to be in for. Wrote the examination, got admission, and we had a retired district judge who was then the principal of the institution. But as my destiny would have it, probably I count it that way, within less than 9 months of my joining the law college, Professor Madhav Menon was teaching in Delhi University and came all over to Pondicherry to become the principal of the law college. And what a great coincidence for me in life. And that's a lifelong connection. It so happened that I was fortunate to be one of his very beloved students. And during the 2.5 years of my tutelage under him, before graduating in 1977, we had wonderful moments of learning. The teacher he was, I think I can never forget. And the brotherhood he built among the students, the fatherly, love and affection he ever brought among the students, I think one can never forget them. So when a couple of years later, when doubts arose as to how would I pursue my professional career, whether to continue in Pondicherry or to shift to Chennai. So you remember in 1978, 79, you don't have this mobile connectivity or internet connectivity, no emails. You have to wait for long hours, even a book and STD call. Right? Only inland letters come and reach you maybe after 4 or 5 days. So I got a telephone call from Professor Menon saying I'm coming to Chennai and I also propose to come to Pondicherry. And the news I have for you is that you're going to shift your practice to the Supreme Court. I couldn't really believe what he was communicating with me. But he came all the way to Chennai and also to Pondicherry, met with me personally. Why I'm talking about it, that it'll bound to happen in everybody's life. Different people come in different ways and make everybody's life different. You only have to look out for an opportunity and keep your hands and hearts open to receive that person who make your life different. So when he came to Pondicherry and had a long talk with me, and I had my doubts, he said, everything has been arranged for you. The reputed senior counsel in whose office I had made arrangements for you to join. I still had my doubts. But I said, I don't know anybody in Delhi. I've never even thought of Supreme Court as a place to practice. It's all right to study about fundamental rights, Supreme Court, rule of law, judicial review. But Supreme Court practice is that be prepared to take risks in life. You have no more any second thoughts on what you're going to do in your life. And that's my journey from Pondicherry to Supreme Court. Thanks to my Guru. And he will always be a great guiding factor. And thereafter, our journey in Delhi has been absolutely wonderful. So wonderful, so splendorous, that every possible aspect and dimension of understanding law, moving with law, understanding the wide-ranging dimensions of justice and how you can be part of it in more than one way. All that I think I've learned from him. Besides your own learning, I think a teacher of his class, but by sowing a few seeds of thoughts here and there, and if you're careful enough to listen to your teacher, to pick up the seeds of thought which a teacher sows of you, you will find that you're part of a growing tree. So attentiveness to what a teacher says and does, not only in the classroom. And teachers are in many shapes and forms. So attentiveness and being careful in order to pick up small little things that may, come across you, that gives a lot of great amount of comfort and the impetus for growth. That's why attentiveness is something very important in the study of law. Not only, as I said again, in the classroom, attentiveness, everything that happens in the legal education. Now, having said that, I wouldn't like to keep you, freeze your seat for more than a couple of minutes. Well, I really didn't believe that the government of India wanted me to become the Attorney General for India. Whatever has happened, whoever has played a role in that, I thank them at the bottom of my heart. But a couple of things I wanted to share with you. Teaching has been a passion for me. I think it will remain a passion. And it's by teaching that you probably exchange the innermost recesses of your thoughts and ideas and feelings and emotions, and then how do you really convey to a student and what a student can pick up from there. So I think I'll continue to be part of this passionate engagement not in Lloyd's, and I think as many ways as possible the Lloyd heads, and every one of them are wonderful people. You are fortunate to be studying here, and forget about the other big names in national law schools in the rest of the country. The long line of achievements, it's always something amazing. So for people like us who have studied in law schools in an entirely different generation, and opportunities for learning law beyond the classroom are simply not available. So all these opportunities of learning law beyond the classroom, I think please ensure that every inch and every millimeter, every nano aspect of it, you take advantage, and more so the good for you. Well, there have been occasions in my professional career which I would probably never forget as part of what I may call the ability to look at law and justice in a creative way and be able to feel for those who are in a very deprived circumstances, to be able to feel for the rest of humanity who are in need of law and justice. So my foremost advice to all of you is, if you're not able to feel for all those who are in need of law and justice, I would say you are not a lawyer. So please be a lawyer in that sense of the term. Every part of your thoughts, every part of your passion for doing justice must be geared towards that feeling for the rest of the humanity who are in great need for law and justice. So I had occasions to be part of that passion and drive. I just remember one or two incidents, because many of them probably were not part of reported cases or become fairly old now. So in 1984, when on a winter day, somewhere in December, a freezing winter in Delhi, so I read a newspaper item about demolition of slums in some part of Delhi. Women and children and sitting out with their belongings without a roof on top of their head. And this photograph, I felt very moved by that. Those were days when we thought the role of law is all about reaching out people in need of law and justice. So I filed a petition in the Supreme Court in my own name. I went to that place, interviewed those people, and I filed a petition under Article 32 of the Constitution, saying this right to shelter must be a fundamental right. So, to my surprise, the petition was admitted, a lot of developments took place. The court appointed a commission of inquiry, and thereafter those very unfortunate set of people who did not have a right shelter over their heads were able to get some element of shelter after some time. And that is something which I always cherish as part of my